think that's a good strategy.
Oh, it's the best strategy. I can only recommend. I highly recommend playing one champion like 80 times because it helps you learn all the other champions' abilities. Because once you get your champion that you're learning down to like a T, you're able to start focusing a lot more to what the enemies can do to you versus anything else. So like, it's really useful to just pick a champ, play like at least 20 matches with them, and then like if it still feels like really uncomfortable and you really don't like it, then switch, do another 20 matches with someone else, unless it feels really, really awful. Don't just like quit a champ and be like, oh, this champ sucks, because you usually are probably doing something wrong. Because every champ is viable in this game. Nearly every champ, it has like every grand champion account has every single champ represented in their most played. So after like the top like 50 of grand champions, so it's all about what you need to learn.
Match victory.
This is why I come here.
That's super dope. That's something the company should be really proud of, to have something that well balanced.
I think, yeah, they're pretty proud about it. There's some things they do their balancing really well. There's other things they don't really do really well, and we're hoping they're gonna fix a few things, which it looks like they're going to eventually. They just take a long time to get a lot of things out.
Yeah,
So that's the sad thing about it, but
has to be
it's got
better
a
than Paragon.
It's still got a solid 10,000 players every day usually, and then on patch days, like in the 10,000 player peak, patch days will have like 20,000 people playing, and then once new season starts, there'll be a constant stream of like 15,000 people playing because they'll want to climb.
For sure.
A lot of people are,
Yeah,
they
doesn't
got
that start in
one day
March?
one, and it's gonna start in March. So I recommend you guys try to get to Diamond this this season, huh?
Hopefully.
It's a month away. You got a month.
I'll be happy if I in solo queue just get to gold. Like, I don't
You
know.
could place in gold, probably. Well, oh wait, no, you're in
I already,
bronze right now.
yeah, I
It's
placed
easy to
in
get to gold
bronze
once
too.
It'll be fine for you. So we just have private. We just have Pearl
Xander.
and Xander.
Yeah.
Or
We
do you
didn't
know-
we didn't really get through Pearl that much, but I feel like I know her whole kit.
Okay, we'll do Xander then.
I thought you placed in silver. That was with Doc. Our duo team placed silver, but then my solo placed bronze.
He already
So
has gold rewards from placing with me too, so you
True.
already have gold rewards. So might as well go for plat solo, right?
yeah, I mean, why bother with gold?
Gold is a breeze, dude. Gold and plat, same elo. It's not even a joke.
It's different, yeah, they
Melees
do,
and plat
cool.
are gold level, and then ranged in plat or plat level. Like melee players are literally like anybody playing a counter melee is already lower elo than what they actually are, because they technically get boosted because of their kit being more effective versus worse players.
Right.
So it's kind of weird to talk about, like, oh, the champ's kind of OP in this sense, but it's like, it's true.
No, but that
It's
makes
just 'cause
sense. Like, that's
they're
like,
keyboard mashing. They're mashing their face on their keyboard, not thinking of things through. And then you play a GC Shifu against a Shifu, and the GC Shifu won't take any damage. It's hilarious.
alrighty.
Alright, so Xander, my boy. So Xander.
Someone in my chat was calling Xander the fabulous fuckboy.
Xander is probably the worst support right
Yeah.
now, I'd say. He's really difficult to play, and he's really team reliant, especially my build for him. But he's pretty good for high burst team comps, I'd say, because of my build for him. Uses Arcane Catalyst to like the highest effect. So Arcane Catalyst as a base, when it's applied on a person, they take 13% more damage for 3 seconds. I have Arcane Conductor as a Battlerite, and that means they'll take 20% extra damage for 4 seconds. And then also my Sheep will cause people to get Arcane Catalyst. So pretty much everything I do to a person is gonna make them take extra damage. So his auto attacks are the most strange auto attacks in the game. They are two separate projectiles. I can hit you with half of it. See? Like, you just hit me with one. You can also hit allies with one. So they heal they heal 2 per whatever you hit. So if I hit an object, it's gonna heal me for 4.
Okay.
If you hit allies, it gives them the hearts. The hearts. Is it hearts? Yeah, it's hearts. Buff, and that reduces their damage taken by 15%, and it also does health over time if you have heart restoration, which is a must-have for Xander. Heart restoration and stack decks are must-haves. Alright, so hit me a bit. The biggest problem with people playing Xander is people play in comps with Xander and they're like, Xander doesn't have any abilities to heal himself. He's a terrible support because he can't heal himself. So they're gonna play
Good
Xander
shit, Chan.
older in a melee or a Xander older in a ranged because they think in their wild minds that he has no healing abilities to heal himself. Well, watch this. Oh shit, he's healing himself.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and you can use your illusion to heal yourself, put the hearts buff on you. It's really useful. And here's another thing you can do. There's this thing called a shift button. Hit me a few more times. There's a thing called a shift button. It's crazy. And if you press shift on your right mouse button, instead of trying to hit somebody with a really hard skill shot to hit, you can heal yourself for a whole massive chunk. Look at all that self-healing. Alright, so here's another really cool thing that your EXM2 can do. It's a cleanse, so press E on me. And I'm no longer a sheep.
Nice.
So you can do really cool stuff with that cleanse. You can help out allies a lot. Like if they're petrified, you can and took a lot of damage, you can cleanse them, and then they'll be healing in that little circle. All right, so your space sends out a mimic, and it mimics out your attacks. They can do damage and heal to whatever it takes, like whatever it hits. Your EX space sends out a illusion with the same animation as you using your regular space, but it keeps you in the same spot. It also applies Arcane Catalyst and does damage to whatever it lands on. It's a really effective AoE to help secure orbs. If there's a ranged attacking an orb from one side, I like to send my guy over to here so I can just attack it and he can't kill the orb through my illusion.
Okay.
Your Q is a teleport. It's up as long as it's up, and all of your allies can teleport through it if they do it fast enough. And you can also teleport your mimics, or whatever they're called, the illusions. Your E is a polymorph, and it causes them to become sheep. That's
Wake
it.
up, sheeple.
And it'll do a set amount of damage. Then your ultimate mimics your autos, and then it also mimics your M2, so you can do crazy damage.
Nice. He seems like he has pretty good orb secure and like crazy mobility.
Not that great because he's low damage. Like his highest burst is 28 damage, and it's really easy to see coming, and it's a really long cast time. I set it to 1. What? Oh, we didn't get to 1v1 on Xander, my bad.
That's alright, you'll just beat me in 10 seconds.
But,
So that's that,
really...
I'm diamond now.
Yeah, you're diamond.
Okay,
No,
thank
you're
you.
not. You got a ton of time to play, a ton of stuff to learn, a ton of mistakes to make, a ton of salt to be had.
Oh, yeah.
A ton of, what the fuck is that champ? That shit's broken, until you realize it's really not broken and you're just bad. But no, that's the biggest problem that I see with everybody becoming better. They're just like, oh, you're a Thorn main? Thorn's broken. It's like, you're just bad.
Right.
That's it.
Right, you see that with a lot of people.
Useful. Thorn's good in solo queue because he fits in with a lot of team comps. You're just bad because you don't know how he works. All you do is complain. Like, when something's attacking you, figure out what they're doing to attack you, and figure out the best way to get around that in that scenario, versus thinking, man, this really sucks that this melee is going to hit me in the face with his sword. Like, that's what like everybody's thinking about, how much it sucks to be against these melees versus like, okay, what are they about to do to me and how can I cause them to feel